Hi friends, I'm Anna Helman. Thanks so much for being here today. In this video, I want to share with you how to make a shaker card. If you've never made a shaker card before, they're so fun and actually simple to create, but they're stunning and really impressive to whoever you're going to share your card with. They have sequins or other small things that shake around in the front, and they're just really cute and fun. Now, if you've made shaker cards before, hopefully I'll give you a few ideas in this video that can give you new inspiration for your future projects of shaker pieces you can use or just some things you haven't tried before. Let's take a look at a shaker card and make one together. Here is an example of a shaker card, and if you look close, you can see sequins here in the front of the card, and as I move it, they are going to shake around some. Now you can also see the reflection off of the piece of acetate window sheet here that holds everything together and allows those sequins to stay inside and not fall out. So what we do, we create some kind of frame, we put that acetate window sheet there, pop it up a little bit and put our sequins inside, and it just creates for a really fun and exciting card to share with one of your loved ones. So if you're creating a shaker card, let me share with you the materials you are going to need to do this. You will need a card base that you have prepared. Now, you can prepare this in a lot of different ways, but just keep in mind that whatever is on here is what is going to show through your window. So you can put some pattern paper on there, you can do some stamping like what I've done, but you can prepare that so that it looks the way you want it to in the background. So you have your card base. You will need an overlay piece that has some kind of shape cut out of the center. I'll share with you here in a minute a few ideas for other types of frames or overlay pieces you can use, but here is the one we use for this card. I have cut this one out using a set of dies called deckled rectangles. Your basic shapes dies are going to be really helpful when you start creating shaker cards. In addition to that, you need a piece of acetate window sheet that is either the same size as your overlay piece or just a tiny, tiny bit smaller. You will need some foam adhesive strips. These are what make everything come together. So they're like foam dimensional pop-ups, but they come in long strips, and that's how we'll attach the card together. You'll need some adhesive, some glue, and some tape, whatever decorations you want for your card, as well as the pieces you're going to put inside as your shakers. And I'll give you some more ideas here of what kinds of things you can fill your shaker cards with. So let's do that real quick. And then we are going to put this card together. And at the end, I have several other shakers that are shaker cards, completed ones, to give you ideas of other projects you can make with these ideas. So things you can fill your shaker cards with. Sequins are perfect. Any kind of little beads or fillers. Sprinkles, like sprinkles that you would actually use on cakes or cupcakes work. These are some diamond dots that we had left over from a project. They would be perfect. These are some cute little flower trinkets. Googly eyes, you can fill them with small buttons. There are just all kinds of things, little tiny pom-poms, sand. It's been on my list of cards to make for quite a while, to put sand in one. Little tiny shells, little pebbles, all kinds of things to fill your shaker cards with. So hopefully that gives you plenty of ideas. Now, let's talk a little bit about the frame piece, because the way you create your frame piece really allows, if you change up this frame, you can create just unlimited different types of shaker cards. So I'll show you a few pieces. Now, like I said, the important part is that you have a piece of paper of some sort with a piece cut out of the center. So here are some other samples of things I could turn into shaker cards. I love this overlay piece right here that I cut out with a die. This one's beautiful. It can be something as simple as a square or a rectangle with a punch cut out of the center, like a circle or a basic shape. These are some other kind of more decorative overlay pieces. You do want to keep in mind you have to have a border around the edge large enough to be able to put those foam strips behind. So couple of these. This one's a little bit thin. This one's a little bit thin, but I think I can make it work. But you do want plenty of a border there to be able to put your foam strips behind. So let's go ahead and put our shaker card together. The first thing I want to do is I want to make sure my card base is fully prepared, and I had die cut this piece and stamped on it as well. And I want to make sure that my background is fully prepared. So let's do that. I decided for this one, a lot of times I will put my greeting on the front, kind of pop it up on the front once I'm done. But for this one, I thought it would be fun to keep that inside the shaker area. So, okay, that is now fully completed. I stamped this background with this Petal Park stamp set, and I'm going to use this coordinating punch to create those really cute flowers to decorate the front. So I wanted to share that quickly. Now here is my frame piece and my piece of window sheet, and I apologize for the reflections, but what we want to do here is add a little bit of adhesive to the back so that we can attach that window sheet to this. So a lot of times I use glue. You can use tape if you prefer. And I'm just going to lay this piece on, and I want to get it lined up so that the edges are not hanging out from behind the paper, so that when I look at it this way, the edges of the acetate are not showing. Now that we have this done, we can go ahead and line this with foam strips. So what I usually do with my foam strips is I take my big long sheets and I cut them down into lengths that are about a little bit shorter than the length of my card, and then I have some shorter pieces here. So what I'm going to do is line my two long edges with these. And they do not have to be perfectly straight. This doesn't have to be pretty because this part of the card isn't going to show. The important part is that you just keep these away from your edges so that they don't show. If you have a really narrow border, you just want to make sure these stay right behind that border. Now here are my shorter ones, and they're a little bit longer than they need to be, but I do that on purpose because I'm going to lay it down and leave that extra hanging there, and then I'll come in with a pair of scissors and just trim it off. When you're putting these foam pieces on, you really want to make sure that you do not end up with any gaps between them. If you have gaps, you may have some of your shaker pieces falling out and getting lost later on, and that is not what you want to happen. Now, if you have larger beads or some googly eyes, something a little bit larger, you could have little tiny gaps and those probably would not fall out. But if you're using something like sand, you have to make sure it is sealed up very, very well. Now we can go ahead and pull the paper backing pieces off of these. We'll get this ready, but we do not want to put it on the front of our card until we add our shaker pieces, right? Shaker card without the shakers wouldn't be very exciting. So for this one, I am using some of these sequins. I had several colors, and I thought some of the pink ones mixed with some of the green ones would look nice. So I'll put a pinch or two of each one of those on there. If you are having a hard time, if your card isn't laying flat and you're trying to figure out how to do this, you can open up your card and lay it this way, and you should be able to work with it that way. But keep those shakers in the center. You've already removed the paper backing pieces here, so it's all ready to go. And you want to carefully lower this over top of your card so that it is lined up the way you want it to be. Now, once you drop it there on your card, give it a nice good press. You really want to make sure that's sealed up well to keep all those shakers inside, okay? So I have a few punches here. that I wanted to use to decorate the front. I'll add these to the front, and then I really want to share with you these other shaker card examples that I have because I have 4 more to share with you, but I think they really may give you some ideas for lots and lots of ways you can create different shakers. So I, a lot of times, like to do basically what I'm doing right here, put something on the front, especially when I have these large frames. Now, if you end up with a smaller frame of some sort with your shaker in it, you may not want to put pieces over the front, but here you go. Here are our 2 finished shakers with those cute sequins inside. So now let's look at these others, and these are some I've created over the last several years. These are some of the ones that have not been sent out. Here is a really fun one I created with an amazing butterfly stamp and die set. And if you have questions about this one or these other cards I'm getting ready to share, I do have tutorials about most or all of them. I'm going to put the links to those tutorials in the video description below and you can take a look. But this one, this is one large butterfly die that I was able to cut out and line up with. I lined it up with paper in the background, which the paper is no longer available, but the stamp set does the same thing. So you could stamp that in the background, lay your overlay piece with the butterflies cut out over top, and create this amazing shaker. So that's a really neat idea. Here is one with a different type of filler. I did a tutorial about gilded leafing, this beautiful gold filler in here a while back, and gave tons of ideas for how to use it in different ways on projects, but I thought that this was fun to use it as a filler for shaker cards. Here is one that I actually used a special pop-up dome to create this shaker card, but you could do this exact same thing with just a piece of window sheet like I shared with the one we just created. So instead of that dome, you just use your piece of window sheet back behind that cutout. So the penguin and his little wintry scene, it looks like snow. And one more, this was actually a card kit I got, my monthly paper pumpkin kit that I love to get in the mail. And it was created just to use these overlay pieces and pop them up over the card. But I just put a piece of that window sheet back there and turned that into a really fun shaker too. So any kind of frame that you have an opening cut out of, you can probably turn into a shaker card. So thanks so much for watching along. I hope you'll subscribe if you're new here. If you're interested in any of the products I shared or projects and the tutorials for these, take a look in the video description below for more information about those. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.